Yes, lads, what's up? We're talking binge eating, alcohol, porn, TV, gaming, one night stands, jerking off. They're all vices, guys. And they're all things that us lads, unfortunately, sometimes get swayed towards when the emotions that crop up in our lives get the better of us. And the reason is, guys, we all come to vices. One, if we're bored. Two, if something happens that we respond poorly to and emotions get heightened. So effectively, we're filling a hole. And what we do is we completely come out of flow state where we've been waking up early, we've been training hard, we've been hitting the macros, we've been getting the reading in. Then all of a sudden, this one emotion spikes us and throws us off course. And it's just filling this hole of a void of something that's missing. You know, we're feeling pain. We're not where we want to be. And whenever you're feeling anxiety and depression, guys, it's just a root signal from your body telling you you're not meant to be this way. You're not supposed to be this way. You need to take more action. You need to get towards your goal. All right. But unfortunately, sometimes what happens is, guys, it diverts us off course. And the reason behind this, guys, like biologically why we do this is we get pleasure. We as humans, we always chase comfort. We chase the easiest path. And it's not until we rewire our minds to see that short-term pain is actually a lot better than short-term gain. Every single time we opt for short-term gain, the binge eating, the food, the alcohol, the porn, the one-night stands, all this easy pleasure, what happens is if our baseline is here, we might go up 2 points and temporarily feel better. But what happens then is we crash. It's just like a drug. It doesn't matter if it's the one night stand, the porn, the alcohol, the binge eating. We get that temporary little buzz and we come up above our baseline. And then we have the come down and we come down to -4. And that sets our new baseline then on how we operate at -4. It's just completely lowered your entire frequency. Now this then moves us into a vicious downhill spiral. So it's important that you're always self-aware. I was actually speaking with one of my CEO clients this morning and he was talking to me about he'd had this binge just pop out of nowhere. He was fully in flow and then suddenly this emotion and he went for the food. And I said to him, my advice straight away was like, appreciate you messaging me. You caught this. You were self-aware enough to understand the first time you felt out of alignment and you fired me a message. But I said, hit the floor straight away, straight into, I said, box me off 1,000 fucking press-ups. And that's the reality. And the reason behind that is if short-term gain brings you the net loss, that's just going to send us into a vicious spiral where then the baseline's lower. So we want more short-term comfort and then it lowers the baseline. And that's how like one single action diverts you off course. So it's so important, like my client, that you pick it up early and we flip it. So when we've come down, instead of thinking, oh, my baseline's down, I need comfort again, we actually go the other way. We make it harder. Get straight on the floor, 100 press-ups. Smash out the hardest fucking gym session of your life. Get back to hitting your macros. The short-term pain, because the short-term pain takes you down -2 in the moment, but brings you up +4. And then we start getting back into flow state where we're just in the process, in the flow. And that's then when we've recovered it. You're never in like a flat line, guys. You are either in an upward spiral or a downward spiral. So the key takeaway really is you need to always keep your actions aligned with your future self, the one that your future self would thank you for. Like we can't ever let, the key to self-mastery is no matter what emotion comes into us, we will always have emotions, but no matter what emotion comes in, we will always continuously take the right actions and the actions that are aligned with our future self. So a lot of people always just run to, I want the physique, I want the business, I want the lifestyle, I want the money, I want a life like you, Tom. And I'm like, okay, but I didn't just achieve this and then act like this. My actions have been like aligned with this for a long period of time. You've got to visualize, and don't visualize me, guys. Visualize the best version of you, the version of you that would make a killing in his career, the version of you that would have the best wife and the best relationship, and the version of you that would have the best physique and the best health and the best network of guys around them. Like Visualize him and every single action, from how he brushes his teeth to how he walks to how he dresses to how he communicates with people, like everything, to how he wouldn't procrastinate. All of these things, guys, you've got to have the most clear picture on. And this is why the law of exposure is so important. The more you get around the high performers and you get around the people who have the results you want, it's going to force you to level up just because you're seeing these high performers operate. And that's why as soon as the VIP guys join us, it's like they just elevate straight away because they're in a network of guys that are all killing it. Problem these days is it's tough to find just out there in society. So always just visualizing the future you and just operating in alignment with that. And if you do divert, always be self-aware enough to catch yourself. You don't want to be that guy that's like 10 weeks later just gained 15 fucking pounds, 15 kilos sometimes of body fat, and you know, he's now had an argument with the missus, split up with the missus, he's fallen out with his mate, fallen out with his family, he's got sacked at what you just, guys, it's one action that sends you downhill. You cannot afford to be going backwards. You can't even afford to be staying in the same fucking place, because if you're in the same place, you are going backwards. You have to move forward at excessive pace, guys. That is the only way you're going to get towards your goals because of compound interest. And the thing is, these guys you're wanting to chase down, they're operating at an even higher level, so they're exponentially getting further away. You need to take double the action that the guys of where you want to be are, right? You've got to stay in the habit. So worst case scenario, if your emotion did ever heighten you and you did divert, you can catch yourself instantly and you realign and you drop to the floor and you press out some press-ups, some burpees, you do some fucking sit-ups. Anything that is fucking torture in the moment will elevate your frequency again and raise your baseline. That is the only way you can raise your baseline, guys. Action alleviates anxiety. That's it. So whenever you're getting this feeling of this hole and you want comfort, it's just a sign from your conscience saying you're nowhere fucking near where you're supposed to be. And the only way you can fix that is to go all in on yourself and take mass amounts of action. Like, guys, like if you continue operating like a little bitch, you're going to live the life of a bitch and nothing is going to change until you stop acting like a bitch. Guys, let's get it. Connect with me on Instagram if you don't already at Tom D. Pearson. I will also chuck the links below if you are wanting to take things to the top. Physique, mindset, career, lifestyle. We don't fucking miss, guys. But if you're going to be a little pussy and you're going to complain and you're going to make it out to me like you've got it harder than everybody else and you're not going to put the work in, don't bother, because you're going to be called out on it straight away. We give all our guys tough love and that's why we get fucking results. Nothing less. Let's go, guys. I know you've got it in you, but how you manage these emotions is going to be fucking killer.